Hello, good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me
Good morning, sir.
okay?
Good morning, sir.
All right. Give me 2 minutes. I just need to prepare something here. Okay. I'll get back to you. Let's start at exactly 10:42. All right. Good morning. So let's have or let's continue what we started yesterday. So today, guys, we're going to dive into the principles and features of journalism in the Philippines. Not only journalism in general, but campus journalism as a whole. I mean, as a specific example or specific umbrella of journalism. Now, before we start this deck or before we dive into this deck, I would like to ask someone to share with the class the nitty gritty that we discussed or that we laid on the table yesterday. Anyone? Okay. Christine?
Hello and good morning, sir. Sir Achaso, and everyone. We covered a lot. Grabe ang cognitive load. Pero anyway, ato ang na-cover yesterday, sir, was about the introduction of campus journalism and journalism in general. At the same time, we also explored the differences and the similarities of campus journalism and journalism. And then at the end of our discussion, we also had the history of journalism and campus journalism here in the Philippines, sir. That would be all for me, sir. Thank you.
All right. Uh, thank you, Christine. Yes, we're able to differentiate journalism and campus journalism. So, as we say, journalism is the general aspect of news reporting. All right, while campus journalism is an umbrella of it. There are three specific uh, aspects that they differ from. What are these three specific aspects? One is the scope and audience. Well, of course, for journalism, uh, it caters the general public, while um, campus journalism, it caters student community in an educational institution. The second one, what's the second aspect that they differ from? That is
The legal
Legal
protection
protection, sir.
legal protection and professionalism. Great. So, well, journalism is protected by both national and international laws. Okay, and again, it's much legally protected because um, again, professionalism also comes in. Um, Most of the people that practice journalism, they already have their degrees, their baccalaureate degrees. It may in mass communication, developmental communication, journalism, broadcast media, or even the Bachelor of Arts in English language or in creative communication. No, on the other hand, yes, Miss Patok. Would you like to say something?
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
Natutlukan na,
All
sir.
right. On the other hand, sa campus journalism, well, the professional aspect is has something to do with your license and your license or your national membership sa National Journalism Guild of the Philippines, diba? Or um, the National Press Club of the Philippines. And that, if you're a member of that, well, everybody in the journalism community or campus journalism community is encouraged everybody is encouraged to be a member of the the guild or the membership program. You know. Then the third one is your funding and editorial control.
Editorial
Okay,
control.
great. Funding and editorial control. So whether we like it or not, journalism, even if its main goal is to produce news, to report and publish news, no, hindi natin maikakaila na ang ang isa pang goal nito is unsa to make money. Again, it's commercialized in nature. So since it's making money or it's a business, mas malaki no ang kanyang funding, and it's most of the time it's manned and it's handled by private organizations. No, unlike sa campus journalism, it's public in nature, and we just got our funding from student publication fees and other support sa educational institution. So mas limited ang iyahang funding. Editorial control naman, again, as I said, it's a commercial, or it's business, whether we like it or not. So it's manned by really big people, mga CEOs, managing directors, and all. While sa campus journalism, we only have editorial board na nagde-decide sa body, na ang editorial consultant, na ang school paper advisor, na ang different organizational committees, such as your editor in chief, your associate editors, managing editors, staff or section editors, your uh, illustrationist, or your cartoonist, or layout artist, and a lot more. Okay, we also dived um, into the aspect of media literacy, that in order for you to become media literate, what are the core skills that we need to embody? First is to what?
Identifying reliable
Okay, great. So
sources.
you need to identify reliable sources. Second, please.
Understanding
Understanding
media bias.
Okay, so understanding media bias, which has something to do with your non-partisanship of um, in accepting information from different media outlets. Okay, third, please.
fact
Fact
checking.
checking.
Fact check. Yes, fact checking. So we need to again filter out. We need to check um, whether it's a fake news, it's scam, it's something that we don't necessarily uh, take in. Okay, so that's it. Number four, what is it?
Responsible
Responsible
online
online engagement.
engagement.
Okay, responsible online engagement. As much as possible, uh, we engage in online uh, platforms responsibly. Okay, one of that, or one of these, is again not to be involved in creating dummy accounts and using dummy accounts to step down on people, to discriminate, to ostracize, unsa pa diha na mga, to bully, okay, people online. Okay, all right. So we also gave justice to the history of journalism as a whole. So it started with oral tradition, then go to written manuscripts, even the postal or messaging system. Then we talked about people who were revolutionary in the field of journalism. We considered print media as the first source of journalistic milestones, no, um, journalistic milestones and insights natikang sa print media, no. Newspapers mauna ang nauna before sa broadcast media, before ang atong digital media, before ang atong mga alternative media forms of journalism nga aton pud na tackle yesterday. Okay, like community journalism, investigative, and satirical journalism. Okay. Sa history of campus journalism, we clarified, no, ato nga first publication or student publication in the Philippines. So actually, in terms of sa college na side, no, why klaro, because ang iba-iba nga sources, iba-iba ang gititake nga first student publication. It's still under dispute by different historians. Kung sino ang imong paniniwalaan ng mga historians, mauna ang first student publication. But again, the University of Santo Tomas, they contest, no, that ang ilahang first nga student publication mao ang nauna before the college folio or the Philippine Collegian karon of the University of the Philippines, ang El Lilliputiense. Okay? When I say the Lilliputians, that means unsa? Lilliputians means mga little people, no? Mauna siya. Okay. All right. Well, sa side sa high school, again, the coconut ang pinakauna. Okay, it's considered short-lived from Manila High School or Arroyo High School na, because it only lasted for how many years? Ang coconut, guys, the coconut. That is only for 1 year. So from 1911 to 1912. Very nice. Okay. And well, we also considered no a lot of things sa campus journalism, ang mga people from Philippine Collegian, okay, labi sa University of the Philippines. Some of these student journalists involved in the martial law era, which is ang considered nato nga the death of journalism in the Philippines. No, we consider it because again a lot suffered, extrajudicial killings were rampant during that time. Okay, and even ang atong mga student journalists were part of those people nga gi-torture, gi-preso, gipatay, gilubong sa tuna. So that was really a tragic historical event sa field sa campus journalism. And I think usa sa mga naging involved diha, the first woman editor in chief, no, of the University of the Philippines, Philippine Collegian, who was um the president that we never had. Okay, that's Miriam Defensor Santiago. And because of that significant involvement of these student journalists, nag-evolve during the Commonwealth era ang atong RA 7079, the enactment of the Act of Journalism in 1991 para matuprotektahan legally ang atong mga student publications, ang atong campus journalism around the country. Diha na nagawas ang atong um, Bible, ang atong um, law nga ga-protect sa ato ang campus journalism hangtod karon. Press freedom and funding, even kung unsa ang atong code of ethics and everything. Okay? All right. So, do you have any questions around those topics that we discussed yesterday? Were they clear enough? Okay, great. So today we moved we're gonna move on to the last deck, okay? And this is also the last bunch of topics that we will include in your midterm examination next week. Okay, so uh, let's try to understand the principles and features of journalism and campus journalism in the Philippines. Are is everybody ready? Sige, reactions please. Okay, great. So let's start with principles of journalism. We came across this a lot of times when we discussed, even in your video presentations. No, you were able to highlight and emphasize this principle of journalism, or these principles of campus journalism, not only journalism but also campus journalism. Okay, again, this is one similarity between journalism and campus journalism, the principles or the journalistic principles themselves. Okay, first we have accuracy. Okay, um, well, as when we say accuracy, that means journalists must provide accurate, well researched, and truthful information. We need to verifying sources and facts to maintain credibility. So we have truth and accuracy as one core principle of journalism. That is why um, mugawas ang mga, we need to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, and because of this, daghan jud ang mo mupuntirya nato as journalists and campus journalists because of this core principle. Daghan nga matay, daghan gipreso, daghan nagsuffer because we still stick to this core principle na hanggang sa huli aking ipahayag o i, um ipagbubuni ang katotohanan. Okay, so that's truth and accuracy. All right. Next, we have fairness and impartiality. Walang kinikilingan, walang prinoprotektahan, paong serbisyo lamang. Ingon pa nga ni sa kanang um, the late Mike Enriquez, no? Sa GMA na tagline. So, because that is really the core principle of journalism, fairness and impartiality. Um, well, even bisag ta kita no as consumers of media, um we tend to become biased in terms of unsa ba ang atong dapat tuuhan, si kapuso ba, si kapamilya, or si kapatid? Sino ang fair? Sino ang impartial? Sino ang may kinikilingan? Sino ang media outlet na gigamit sa gobyerno to conceal the truth? Mauna ang permi question nato. Well, there was a big fiasco, there was a big controversial issue na na um, ingon sila na that is why wala daw gitagan og prangkisa or franchise ang ABS-CBN because of because dili si ABS-CBN nagahatag og positivity towards the government na ang ABS-CBN as a media outlet always combats no the any or unveils the naked truth no in the government. So usa na nga 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 aspect ang atong gikita. So any um whatever it is. Ingon pa nga nila, no? So that's fairness and impartiality. So um as journalists, as campus journalists, usa ni nga core principle that we need to embody, that must run into our veins, capillaries, or unsa pa diha nga mga blood streams nimo. Okay, and of course, independence. Okay, journalism and campus journalism in um bisag unsa pa matabo, we need to operate independently um, and avoid conflict of interest. We need to ensure that our stories are free from political, commercial, or personal biases. Okay? Mauna nga giingon nato unsa ba gud ka, 'di ba ni bagod ang atong publication sa university. Student publication ba ni? School publication ba ni? Because we need to describe the level of or we need to describe the decision making body, because again as journalists dapat um we need to make sure na we operate independently, nga dili na influence um ang atong gasuwat, ang atong mga articles or anything, dili dapat maimpluwensyahan sa sa any factors surrounding. Okay, so dapat we operate independently. That's one core principle na ay nag-share yesterday from Bael Lang 41 no. Um I don't know if it's true also to you guys nga um the transparency daw, the transparency in terms of reporting, um of reporting, naa gihapon kalabtanan ang administration and the SADO or all aspects. So ganahan siya, nag-share siya sa iyahang sentiments na dapat daw dili na dapat i-control, dili na dapat daw i-filter. Okay, ang mga ang mga aspects, ang kanang mga ing-aning aspects no. But diri na, even though mao talaga ni ang atong core principle of journalism, we need to look at as well unsa ang mga restrictions or limitations sa freedom of expression, because last time we 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 underscored, 'di ba, yesterday we underscored that freedom of expression has its limitation. Even if we say freedom is freedom, um, sky still not the limit. Okay, we still have um, things to consider. Mauna nga naatay law enforcing na document or na enactment, because at the end of the day we need to go back to that Bible, we need to go back to that enactment kung ang atong gusto matabo tama ba or according ba sa mga provisions of the Journalism Act of 1991 or RA 7079. Kasi ang ana nga dito nakasuwat ang tanan na privileges and rights nato as part of the student publication or as part of an institution na nag-exercise sa campus journalism. Okay. Any questions about principles of journalism or campus journalism? Wala. Okay, great. Now, um, every I don't know if this is familiar or not familiar. Ang mga naka-experience sa kanang schools press conferences, this is also part of the provisions of the RA 7079. Um, that's the journalist um taas kaayo. Yeah, this is the journalist creed, and every time sa opening program, sa every press conference na maatindihan nimo, district schools press conference, division schools press conference, regional schools press conference, and even national schools press conference, dili mawawala ang the journalist's creed, because the journalist creed serves as a guiding star for ethical conduct. It emphasizes the duty of a journalist or a campus journalist to search for truth, to represent facts objectively, and protect sources. Okay, it champions journalism free external interference. And this creed also insists that journalists are accountable to their profession and readers or audiences. Okay, the creed demands transparency and honesty at all times. In essence, it affirms journalism as a force for public good, marked by integrity, responsibility, and devotion to the highest ideals. This is the journalist creed. Asa man gikan ang journalist creed? It was written by Dean Walter Williams of the University of Missouri School of Journalism in 1914. Okay, so let's try to dissect the journalist creed. The first is I believe in the profession of journalism. Okay, well, um, journalism is a profession. Mauna ang consideration. Can we consider campus journalism as a profession, guys? If yes, how do we professionalize campus journalism? What are the aspects that we need to embody so that we can say that there is really professionalization in campus journalism? Anybody? Okay, the first question is, can we consider campus journalism as a profession? Okay. And if yes, how do we consider um or how do we professionalize campus journalism? Yes, Mr. Cordelia.
Hello, sir. Good morning. So,
Morning.
based on my understanding, sir, I believe campus journalism is a profession because, as far as I have observed in Angsoga publications, sir, they
Mhm.
adhere to specific measures of professionalism, in which, for example, since the upcoming nationals for the university is about to start, they have posted before that the pictures of those runners or candidates for election, they
Mhm.
made sure to made it black and white so that it will affirm that they are not into partying or kanang murag mahog bitaw sir nga murag nidapig sila nila ba ana. And at the
Mhm.
same time, ang staff pod or ang press kay ma-adhere sad sila to specific policy, like for example they will not affirm like mo spread sila og idea about ani nga candidate kay para fair and square. That's all, sir.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you, Herculano. Yes, that's one thing that we can say, that there's professionalization in journalism. That's one aspect. No, we adhere to some policies, laws, guidelines, ordinances before publishing. No, in publishing in an educational institution. Great observation about the the use of gray color in you know in characterizing non-partisanship in the uh, election system or poll system in the university. That's one thing. All right. The other reason is we professionalize it, as I said earlier, as part of the differences. Know how we professionalize campus journalism. We um we make sure that uh we become members of certain accredited organization in the Philippines. Um, if you register or if you become a member that certifies you as 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 a person who, or as a campus journalist who concurs to the policies and guidelines that a journalist must have or uh must embody. So mauna siya. All right. Next, can anybody read the next provision sa journalist creed? Sige, with emotion ha. Sige daw. Go. Elika?
Good morning, sir. So, I believe that the public journal is a public trust that all connected with it are, to the full measure of their responsibility, trustees for the public. The acceptance of a lesser service than a public service is betrayal for this trust. For this trust.
Okay, is betrayal of this trust. What does this provision mean, guys? I believe that the public journal is a public trust. That all connected with it are, to the full measure of their responsibility, trustees for the public. That acceptance of a lesser service than the public service is betrayal of this trust. Unsa ang core, ang word that we can associate with this particular provision sa creed? Micaela?
Yes, sir.
Sige, what do you think is the key highlight of this particular provision of the creed?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. I believe the key highlight or the key word in this provision is trust. So, when we say public journal, meaning it is public trust. So, you take responsibility for that and kanagaling i-uphold jud mo ang integrity, wala kay labanan because it's all for public service. So
Okay.
if you betray the trust, meaning you betray the public, you betray the oath that you pledge to serve.
Mhm. Good. Perfect. Trust, integrity, and credibility. Okay, do not tarnish that trust, that credibility, because aside from it's doubly hard to regain, okay, um, wala, wala na. Okay, so mauna nga, very crucial ang public trust, ang public integrity, and the public credibility. Okay, great. Next, let's have the next provision. Larita.
Yes, sir. Um,
I believe that clear thinking and clear statement, accuracy and fairness are fundamental to good journalism.
Okay. So for you, Miss Larita, unsa man ang highlight aning provision?
I believe, sir, that the highlights of this stanza is the clear statement and the clear thinking, accuracy and fairness, because it is very important to when we or when we make news, when we compose a news, it's clear and accurate for the public, for them also to trust us, sir.
Okay, great. So chastity, no? Um, that's thing that we need to embody. Chastity, uh, uh, clarity, and when we say chastity, ang kalimpyuhon sa atong hunahuna, kalag og action. Um, Accuracy and fairness are results of chastity, no, and this is a fundamental or an essential to good journalism. Okay, all right, next please, next provision, Nicole.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Mhm.
So, I believe that a journalist should write only what he holds in his heart to be true.
Okay,
So, I think the very highlight of this provision, sir, is that it emphasizes the importance of honesty and sir, kanang personal conviction in
mm,
journalism. Like,
I love that.
um, yeah, this provision suggests that kanang a journalist should only report what they generally believe to be true or something that is factual, rather than writing to please others or to spread rumors or misinformation, sir. So it promotes integrity and trustworthiness in their work, sir. That's it, sir.
Okay, great. I love that word, no, that phrase, personal conviction. You know, you as a campus journalist or as a journalist, you should have that personal conviction. We are not there to impress people or to please people. We are there to express. Diba? Mauna ang please express. Do not impress people. Mauna siya. Okay, great. Next provision. Let's have Eliza.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I believe that suppression of the news for any consideration other than the welfare of society is indefensible.
Okay, so what does it mean for you, Eliza?
For me, sir, for as a journalist, hanap niya. For the journalist lists, I think that it is important to only to share uh, saan na ay? Wait, it's on the tip of my tongue. Share kanang factual info and it kanang it's and that they do not suppress kanang they do not hide kanang some info dili mag nitpicky dili kanang selective lang ang info nga i-share to the public. So kanang yeah, share what is true. Dili dili lang i-share para yes, that would be it, sir. You do not share what you wait lang, sir, ha. Yes, avoid impartiality. Dili ka mamili unsa imuhang ganahan i-share to the public.
Okay, thank you, Eliza. So, no excuses. Okay, no pretexts. Um, dapat we really need to it must not have it must have uh the incapability of being maintained as right or valid. So uh, dapat walay excuses, no, walay uh, pretext, walay alibis. Okay, we have to make sure that um uh fair enough, no, impartial enough uh ang atong pag cater or pag treat sa news. Okay, great, thank you, Cheska. Next provision, please.
Good morning, sir. So, I believe that no one should write as a journalist what he would not say as a gentleman. That bribery by one's own pocketbook is as much to be avoided as bribery by the pocketbook of another.
Hmm.
That individual responsibility cannot be escaped by pledging another's instructions or another's dividends. So,
Dividends.
I
Hmm.
believe the highlight of this paragraph is I believe that no one should write as a journalist what he would not say as a gentleman because I believe if you're a journalist who is careful enough for what you will say, you will not say something that would hurt others or that would yes that would hurt others, and you should not also be taking bribery to for the sake of money to borrow. Then you should,
Hmm.
as a journalist, you should take accountability for what you will write or what you will deliver to the readers. So,
Okay. All right. Thank you, Cheska. So we talk about accountability here, about responsibility, okay, avoiding um, plagiarism, okay. Uh, Sugarcoating is not a factor of journalism. It's not it must not be part of it. No. So we have to make sure that we are accountable and responsible enough in every action that we take, as a writer, as a journalist, as a scribe, as a campus journalist, or as a watchdog. No. So that's what we mean here by this provision. Bridget, how about the next one? Bridget. Okay, John. John Christian. John.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I believe that advertising, news, and editorial columns should alike serve the best interest of readers, so that a single standard of helpful truth and uh, cleanness should prevail for all. The supreme test of good journalism is the measure of its public service.
Hmm.
So, I believe kani siya nga statement, sir, is that when it comes to publishing news articles, or advertising or editorial columns, kanang the journalist or the writer should serve the interest of the public, sir. Nya in when it comes to even though nga kanang the target is the interest of the public, sir, there should still be the truth and the cleanness of the article should still prevail, sir.
Okay. So, thank you, John. So, this particular provision has something to do with the uh, the the public service itself. No. So, journalism is there for people, for the common good of everybody. Okay. But of course, truth and chastity must always prevail in everything that we serve the public. So we don't just serve the public with anything, but we serve the public with the truth, okay, and nothing but the truth. So ang highlight is we as campus journalists, or we as journalists in general, um must be must always look after, the look after humanity, um humanity and service of the humanity. So mauna ang ibig sabihin ani nga provision here. Okay. All right, last provision. It's a long provision of this creed. Let's have Jasmine.
Okay, so good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So, I believe that the journalism which succeeds best and best deserves success, fears God and honors man, is stoutly independent, unmoved by pride of opinion or greed of power, constructive, tolerant, but never careless, self controlled, patient, always respectful of its readers, but always unafraid, is quickly indignant at injustice, is unswayed by the appeal of privilege or clamor of the mob, seeks to give every man a chance, and, as far as law and honest wage and recognition of human brotherhood can make it so, an equal chance, is profoundly patriotic while sincerely promoting international goodwill and cementing world
Com-
comradeship is a
Comradeship.
journalist comradeship is a journalism of humanity of and for today's world.
Mhm.
So for me, sir, this part, it emphasizes that journalism should uphold moral values,
Mhm.
remain free from personal pride or greed, and journalists should always seek truth without fear or bias. So, I believe that a good journalist is respectful yet courageous in their work and is patient yet firm against injustice. So,
Mhm.
journalism should not be influenced by privilege or public pressure, but journalists should ensure fairness and equal opportunities for all. Now, they must also promote patriotism while fostering unity. So that would be all, sir.
Okay, great. So this provision highlights a lot of things that a journalism or campus journalism must be, okay, or must embody. So morality, humanity, uh, uh, morality, and even uh, naadiha ang patriotism or the nationalism, no, na ang God fearing factor, okay, um, and a lot more uh things gonna discuss sa other provisions. So it encapsulates everything that the journalism must have and must be, no. So this is our journalism creed. So this is not the only situation nga madungog ninyo ni. So all, kung kamo maging school paper advisor sa tanan nga mga press conferences na inyong maatenderan, this is part of the program. Okay, this is to remind everybody before writing or before publishing the news, mauni ang ga-remind nimo nga it is not just an easy task to be a campus journalist or a journalist. It's not just about writing. There is something, or there are things, a lot of things that we need to consider. Okay, so dili lang, you are not just a journalist, you are a journalist by blood, by by um by words, no, by actions and by deeds. So we discourage the word of just, and I am only a campus journalist. I am just a campus journalist. No, dili siya lalim to become one, according to the journalist creed. Okay, all right, and extracted from the journalist creed na ay journalist code of ethics with different provisions. Okay, naapod uh kung naatay teachers code of ethics, naapod tay ethics for journalists. All right, composed of 11 provisions from the national press, um, press club. Okay? And ang journalist code of ethics na adiha ang imuhang dapat i, i-portray ethically as a journalist. Okay? Ito po ay isinalin ng Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino by Mrs. Elvira B. Estravo in 2011. Okay, na ay translation from the KWF na apod English version. Okay, and um this was how to say this was first published no sa NPC convention sa on April 30 of 1988. That's the Journalist Code of Ethics. So atong mga gipanulti and ang mga things that we discussed sa journalist creed na adiri sa code of ethics. So, first, I shall scrupulously report and interpret the news, taking care not to suppress essential facts, nor to distort the truth by omission or improper emphasis. I recognize the duty to air the other side and the duty to correct substantive errors promptly. Okay? So, na ay accuracy, truth, transparency, naana sa first provision sa code of ethics of a journalist. I shall not violate confidential information and material given me in the exercise of my calling. So invasion of privacy, anonymity, ethical consideration, dapat you know these matters. Third, I shall resort only to fair and honest methods in my effort to obtain news, photographs, and or documents, and shall properly identify myself as a representative of the press when obtaining any personal interview intended for publication. So dapat you follow the ethical guidelines on how to obtain news, um, to avoid plagiarism, diba? Dapat you know how to to cite sources and all. Okay. Now, I shall refrain from writing reports which will adversely affect a private reputation unless the public interests justifies it. At the same time, I shall write vigorously for public access to information as provided for in the Constitution. Okay, so public access to information, dapat dili nato gamiton ang atong kakayahan as a journalist to defame, to step down on people or to provide derogatory remarks to other people. Okay, so I shall not let personal motives or interests influence me in the performance of my duties, nor shall I accept or offer any present, gift, or other consideration of a nature which may cast doubt on my professional integrity. So dapat we need to foster that integrity and credibility because again, how can you impose the truth? How can you paano ka papaniniwalaan kung na-tarnish na ang imong integrity, credibility as a journalist? 'Di ba? Mao ang pinaka lisod nga i-maintain. Lisod nga daghan ng mga journalists ang uh, tawag ani ang naging biktima no of these things, bayaran sa politiko para magsamwak sa something bad. So wag tayong pasisilaw sa salapi at kayamanan. Okay, that's what we have here. I shall not commit any act of plagiarism. Again, do not steal intellectual's property. Properly cite everything. Okay, because stealing of intellectual property is a taboo. It is a criminal act. So you will be put behind bars kung you commit plagiarism. Mauna gud ang pinaka important, most especially karon kay the advent of AI and the advent of social media platforms. this is already a crucial aspect now of play of not committing any act of plagiarism. So make sure to cite sources. I shall not in many or in any manner ridicule, cast aspersions on, or degrade any person by reason of sex, creed, religious belief, political conviction, cultural and ethnic origin. Okay? Mauni ang celebration of inclusivity or inclusiveness, no? Avoiding stereotypes. Okay. So mauna nga we need to follow some styles and conventions in writing the news para dili ta makasakit sa mga community, most especially right now. The world is revolutionary. Daghan na nadugang sa communities, aside from indigenous people. So we have to make sure that that we're very careful of that. I shall presume persons accused of crime of being innocent until proven otherwise. I shall exercise caution in publishing names of minors and women involved in criminal cases so that they may not unjustly lose their standing in society. Mauna nga 'di ba nakita ninyo sa mga TV footage kung bata nga ni ilang gitatahuban ang itsu ang dagway. So anonymity. Okay, even nga ni ang mga suspects and other nga dili pa convicted, okay, gitatahuban na. Because again, we do not want nga maka makaguba, no, sa character sa usa ka tawo. All right. I shall not take unfair advantage of a fellow journalist. I shall not take unfair advantage of a fellow journalist. What do you mean by unfair advantage of a fellow journalist, guys? What does it mean? Sige daw, can anybody elaborate unsang unfair advantage of a fellow journalist? Anyone? Carlos?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Take unfair advantage of a fellow journalist, sir. Um, if I were to point out um, a specific uh, scenario um, of this provision, sir. Um, kanang, let's just okay. Kanang we used to have a former journalist in our publication, and they resigned
Mm-hmm.
to pursue other organizations in the university.
Mm,
But during his time in Angsuga, generally we were not amused by his performance,
mm-hmm.
um to and his attitude towards his fellow journalists, particularly for because of the fact that whenever we would assign him to to certain news coverages, he would decline them. But whenever he had his sights on coverages that interested him, kay kanang sige jud siya, he would be there even though um someone was assigned to that coverage already, and we just found it a bit rude, and
Mm,
um it looked it felt as if he was taking advantage of his personal interests ba, nga moingon siya sa kuan nga ako na lang diri niya, you can stay somewhere. He wouldn't actually say that, but mura gani siya manglabaw kaysa sa kinsay na
mm,
assign sa kaning nga kuan. And yeah, while I do appreciate volunteerism, it came off as arrogant, manggod sir.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it felt like he was using the publication to kanang we're going to decorate his resume and
Mm-hmm.
to um just keep up a public image ba,
Mm-hmm.
like build his reputation in school. And yeah, I didn't like that. And so that's why kanang for that reason he resigned after, I guess, after he had found nga kanang he was in the publication long enough to gain standing. So I guess he left na after that, and that's why he pursued another organization. And I don't know if kanang
Sino ni?
familiar ang uban ani. Pero that's what I understand about kanang taking advantage ba nga ning ari siya sa publication so that he could rally up his supporters ba siguro, or whatever purpose he may have thought of. But to me, I don't
Mhm.
like it when he brands himself as a former ang suga journalist, and he's so proud of that when he knows what he did internally ba. So that's all, sir.
Okay, thank you, Carlos, for giving that practical example. So yeah, no, wag tayong sa translation sa KWF, hindi ako mananamantala sa kapwa mamamahayag. So that means kay ang every aspect no kamo inside the community, um dapat we garner respect. Correct, Miss De Oro, no? That we need to respect our um colleagues in the community. Okay? Dili ta nga magsigitag pang tawag ani pang discriminate na ani actually natatabo ni even sa mainstream media, 'di ba? At to before nga GMA versus ABS-CBN na um na ay mga uh, great mga big personalities no nga mag magpakadaot ngani sa mga or man-tarnish og name sa iba para lang ma-lift ang ilahang name. So dili na maayo, no? As a campus journalist, as a journalist, dapat um we gain our credibility and trust not by stepping on others. Okay, because again we are in that field para maging um with one purpose. Okay, dili nga mag-create og havoc or mag-create og chaos within the community. Okay, all right, so next is I shall accept only such tasks as are compatible with the integrity and dignity of my profession, invoking the conscious clause when duties imposed on me conflict with the voice of conscience. Okay? Ang usig ng konsensya. I really love how it is translated here. Tatanggapin ko lamang ang mga gawaing nababagay sa integridad at dangal ng aking propesyon, dumudulog sa sugnay ng konsensya kapag ang mga tungkuling iniaatang sa akin ay sumasalungat sa tinig ng aking budhi. Grabe, 'di ba? It's really uh makabagbag damdamin. Okay. So tagos din siya, ano? You really have to make sure na naa kay konsensya. Okay? Kaya wa na kay konsensya, 'di ba? Ang mga tawo nga why konsensya, sila ang mga they're ruthless. Okay? They're not humane anymore. So mauna siya diha. Usa na nga kuan nga dapat you are humane, dapat naa kay konsensya. And the last provision, I shall comport myself in public or while performing my duties as journalist in such manner as to maintain the dignity of my profession. When in doubt, decency should be my watchword. Kakandahang asal ang dapat na maging gabay ko. All right. So wala jud mawa sa inyo guys if you kill people with kindness, if you kill people with good manners and right conduct. Okay? So mauna siya diha. Mauna ang atuang code of ethics as journalists and campus journalists. 'Di ba? I already sent the link of this journalist creed dito sa inyong GC so that you have the access as well, and para po ninyo mabasa, maisapuso, maisabuhay ang inyuhang um, kodigo ng pagkagandahang asal ng mamamahayag. I really love this translation actually when I read over this translation, because ang first na ako na encounter ani is English lang talaga. There I it's so funny nga the NPC or the National Press Club pala has provided this KWF translation of this code of ethics of a journalist. Okay, great. So mauna siya ha. Yan po ang ating credo. Yan po ang ating kodigo ng kagandahang asal bilang mga mamamahayag ng pang-campus. Okay. So, sa journalist creed and sa code of ethics, ato na um, na share kung unsa ang mga qualities of a campus journalist, no? And unsa ang skills na naa ang campus journalist. Ang campus journalist has curiosity, critical thinking, na dapat communication skills. Dapat na anis siya tanan. Dapat a campus journalist should be naturally curious. Dapat ang campus journalist critically assess issues and possess excellent writing and verbal communication um, skills. I will also add on ang creative outlet sa critical thinking as part of it. We've been discussing this in our sessions um, na. So mauni ang qualities of a campus journalist. So eto na ang RA or Republic Act 7079, which is the Campus Journalism Act of 1991. Unsa ang mga highlights or provisions sa RA 7079? Una, press freedom in schools. Okay, it highlights the press freedom that we have in schools, again with limitations. Students have the right to express themselves freely through publications without censorship, except when content violates laws or ethics. Mauna diha ang limitations or restriction. Kung ang content violate sa laws and ethics, then that's the time that the press freedom is not anymore press freedom. Okay? So, funding for publications, naapod provision sa um naapod provision sa RA 7079. So kung ganahan mo nga maminaw kung unsa ang dapat buhaton sa educational institutions, or ganahan mo nga ma-clarify about the allocation of funds to support campus journalism covering printing and operational cost, go back to RA 7079. Kung dili nga ni nauyon or naay discrepancy between the allocation of funds nga gi-exercise sa educational institution. For example, kamo kay magiging school paper advisor mo, grabe ang pakikipaglaban and pakikibaka ng isang school paper advisor para mag magkanaalag pundo. I don't know kung naka-experience mo nga inyong mga SPA before, ito nga may mga experiences of campus journalism, grabe manulisit bisag asa, muhilak na lang kay wala na pangdala sa mga bata ngadto sa different kuan um schools press conference. I experienced that, guys, na grabe gud akong hilak nga kaluoy sa mga bata, kaluoy sa kanang nagpa-practice og tarong, no, nga campus journalism sa usa ka kuan. So that is gonna be part. So dapat kamo as prospective SPAs, i-check ninyo ni. I-check ninyo kung unsa do dapat ang buhaton sa usa ka educational institution in terms of fund allocation, in terms of support sa printing, operational cost, trainings, and all. No? And third, protection for journalists. Student journalists are protected from retaliation for publishing controversial content that adheres to journalistic ethics. No? Um, ini siyang protection, mauni ang protection nga nakuha sa mga journalists from University of San Carlos Talamban campus, no? Pinaglaban ang naay kung unsa man ang matabo, no, in terms of publishing. Pero guys, dili ko giingon nga bahala na lang basta controversial issue ni. You have to be very, very careful in treating that. As SPA, naa ka diha to neutralize everything, no? Kasi ang mga bata karon, most especially ato mga young campus, mga budding campus journalists, mga kuan na sila, mga mapupusok, no? Revolutionaryo in nature. Sensitibo sa mga issues. So sometimes they go overboard na dapat kuan gud ni i-publish gud nato ni bisag wala mga factual nga or mga facts or evidence. So kamo as school paper advisor, dapat kamo ang mag-neutralize ani. Unsa man naabatay ebidensya to support our claim, okay ra ni. Okay, we will not stop you from publishing this, pero naabata kung matabo ang nga balikan ta sa ato ang gipublish, naabata ikahatag nga something nga maka-prove or maka-substantiate sa atong argument, sa atong claim, mao na ang inyong role as school paper advisor, no? Kay ako as my experience as a school paper advisor for many years, labi na ini nga labi na ko mga kuan tawag ani, mga brilliant students in your class, mga smart students, itong mga grabe ang conviction nga mga bata na adjud mga inaana. Ay, it's really hard to break their kuan conviction. Ang ilahang synapses and neurons, no, are overflowing anywhere. So as a school paper advisor, dapat na strong jud ka in neutralizing this kind of thing. So um do not stop them, guide them. Okay, go for it, but kailangan nato ma ma mag-undergo sa checking, evidence or fact checking kung tama gud ba ang ato ang argument or conviction. He? Mauna siya. Alright, mauna ang tulo sa highlight sa atong Campus Journalism Act of 1991. Alright? And diha gihapon sa RA 7079, naa ang tinatawag nga the National Schools Press Conference na maunang natabo every year sa Department of Education. Part na siya sa law. So dili na mawawala ever ang National Schools Press Conference because this is the Olympics of campus journalism. No? Exercising the right to publish as a student publication. So it has changed, no, so much sa akong na-attenderan when I was a campus journalist. Naami ko na gikan pa sa among panahon, sa akong panahon, no, grabe na ang changes. Naanay na mga na-add nga mga categories nga wala before. So ang column writing wala na before, ang online publishing wala na before, TV broadcasting wala gihapon, only radio broadcasting ato nga mga panahon namo unsa pa. So tiguwang na jud si Sir Gerald ay daghan na mga changes ang natabo sa press conference. Okay? So and even ang copywriting and headline writing it was contested actually na mag-remain o ma-retain. They would like to scrap it in 2016 or 2017. Pero nananatili pa rin because nakipaglaban ng ating mga kakosa, no, sa copy reading and headline writing, na it's still part of the skill that a campus journalist must possess. So dagan na natabo, dagan na mga rules and policies and guidelines sa school's press conferences. Pero sad to note, it's also my experience. I don't know if you also experienced that, na naagihapon natatabo nga mga discrepancy and controversies sa mga nagwi-win sa campus, sa press conferences. I am one of my really good friends, no, in in the field, and he's actually one of the judges sa regional schools press conference, I think here in region 7, si Mr. Destacamento. I don't know if you know him. He's a lawyer na sa University of San Carlos siya nag-graduate. He was a sports writer during our time. I think magkakuan ming ani niya, magka-batch na kami ani when I had my mga, he was also um our mentor sa copy reading and headline writing para sa National Schools Press Conference for Region 8. No, dito mi nagkaila jud kay ang akong tulo ka bata sa copy reading and headline writing, they were able to proceed sa National Schools Press Conference. And uh, just recently, I don't know kung friend mo niya sa Facebook, no? Naay controversy nga gi-expose niya dito about sa judging. It's the reality, guys. Lisod talaga. I don't know dire sa Region 7. I was invited as a mentor for news writing, copy reading, news writing diri sa University of San Jose Recoletos, and copy reading headline writing sa Talisay City College. And I heard a lot of things with regard to the darkness of press conferences in Region 7. So um well, kung kamo na ang maging school paper advisor, no, ang ako lagod always na giingon sa ako ang mga co-SPAs nga nakaka-feel og demotivation because of this of these things nga happening, nga mga conspiracy nga natatabo sa press conferences. You just need to stick to your core, no, train your kids, train your children nga murag uh the values, no, the values of authentic campus journalism. Kasi again, um God is there, God is watching us, diba? So God is watching us. Inumdumlugod ko sa song. So everything will just be okay. Basta ang importante, maayo ra ang atong pag mentor and pag coach, okay? Dili man dili sa accolades, achievement, or dili sa awards na measure ang pagiging champion sa certain category, kundi sa ato ang passion, sa atong heart nga gibuhos, and even an atong skill nga nakuha from the training and from the mentorship itself, no? So we already discussed these challenges in campus journalism, censorship, no, lack of funding, and even the external pressure. So balik-balik na lang na siya. And also, who are the key members of the editorial board? So I don't know kung mauni gihapon ang ga-follow, makita ninyo sa provision sa kanang RA 7079. Dapat may editor-in-chief, may editorial consultant, may section editors, layout editors, managing editors, may the associate editors, okay, photographers, reporters, illustrators, layout artists, okay, na ay editorial staff And then we also have editorial board. Sa editorial board, mostly ang na-involved diha, editorial consultant, school paper advisor, editors-in-chief, associate editors, and even the managing editors. Okay? Part sa editorial staff at tong nga mga others or other members of the editorial board. Okay? Now, we're done with this. Combating misinformation and fake news. Media literate. Mauna ang perminato dapat i-consider. We need to teach our kids to become media literate. Okay? Even you yourselves as a prospective school paper advisor. All right, so that's pretty much it for campus journalism. No? Ang ako na may share ninyo sa as usa nga naging kaparte sa campus journalism task awards ninyo part man na good sa promotion di na nato maikakaila, no? um with awards and all recognitions ma-part na ninyo as sa promotion, pero again, as I said, do not dwell sa accolades and achievements ninyo as school paper advisors. Dapat ang atong heart good is to teach right campus journalism, authentic campus journalism. We need to have that significant difference and we need to touch lives, no? At the end of the day, you know, sa akong 4 years sa Department of Education practicing as a campus journalism implementer and school paper advisor, dili lang sa akong experience as a campus journalist, no, as a school paper advisor kay mao man ni ang inyong magiging role in the future. Grabe ang akong pasalamat nga gitagan ko ang ing-ana nga role as a school paper advisor kasi ang mga bata nga akong nahandulan, no, wala na ako gipangayo, pero bisag asa ko moadto, bisag pila na kadekada ang niagi, ang imong mga campus journalist will never fail to remember you. Grabe jud ang impact nimo nga wala man ko ni yaman, wala ko ni dato, no, daghan kong pasnak sa ila before, just ko grabe ang imong pocket, you will really shell out, no, a lot of things, pero dili jud nimo ma dili may kukumpara ang joy and the power of touching lives, no? Mobalik gihapon sila nimo. So ana, no, just do the right thing, okay, and make it as not for the sake of promotion, awards and all, but do it because you love to do that, to do it, okay? All right, so much for that. Maraming salamat po sa pagsusubaybay sa ating um pakikibaka sa ating talastasan ukol kung paano natin isasabuhay ang prinsipyo ng journalismo. Tama ba ni akong pagtagalog, no? But anyway, guys, salamat. Thank you so much. 3C. We will still have a lot of things now after this, after your midterm examination. I'm really excited about having your workshop sa iba-iba sa different categories of journalism. And I'm also very excited sa ato ang magiging simulation sa press conference nato, English majors press conference. Mauna ang atong dapat ko ano na, I hope kunta dili makasagkabal ang setup nato, no, ang setup sa kanang school nga the online thing, but we will find ways, no, we will find ways. Let's see kung unsa ang matabo in the upcoming sessions, but I'm really excited about that, and I really want you guys to experience kung unsa gud ang natatabo sa actual na school's press conference. So mao to. Any questions, guys, before I leave and before we end this session. The session. Wala na. Wala na. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now, maybe on the weekend I will provide you some instructions or some digestible input with regard to your midterm examination next week. Good luck, and I hope no you learned something. Uh, Sir Worth. Ay, oo. Okay. Um, what day ato ang midterm? That will be on Tuesday, guys. Ha? Tuesday. Tapos sa atong time gihapon. Ay, Tuesday ba? No, 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 no. Thursday, I'm sorry. Thursday. Okay, Thursday and sa atuhang time gihapon. And again, naapa ni changes maybe dili ta kabalo. CNU is loves changes so much. So wala pa nag Friday, guys. Ha? Naapatay third na naapatay Friday. So magkuan ra ta, um mag-watch out rata. Guys, face to face because there was a memo released. I don't know kung ang other instructors ninyo nag-ingon na ninyo. Nag-ingon na ninyo ang inyong other instructors about the kuan. Yes, Jess.
Actually, sir, good morning, by the way, sir. Actually, sir, I'm currently communicating with the deans of CTE and CISNESL, and they are yet to give me updates pod on this one. But most likely, sir, we can conduct the examination on Wednesday or Thursday, sir, depending on the stipulation pod sa memo, sir.
Sa memo. Okay, naka-receive na mo sa memo, Just Jan?
Wala palagi, sir.
Wala
Mo nung
pa.
nag-ask pod may copy sa council, sir, he.
Okay. I think gikan to sa vice president naami ka pero I will not divulge it first because again I'm not the proper authority to provide you this particular memo at this point in time. Okay, so I think just wait na lang pod sa inyong mga instructors, ha. Ay inyo pag-ingon si Sir Gerald nag-ingon nga no mag face to face tanan, just ko Lord ipapako ako sa cruise. Okay, so please make sure kuan na lang just to give you a heads up na para dili mo ma-shock kay kabalo naman ta sa sistema ng isang normalista. So maujod na. Okay? So again guys, enjoy your weekend. I know it's gonna be a tooth and nail battle next week for everybody. Sige lang, enjoy lang ninyo. Kay maumanggod ni ang atong role as students, no? Later on kamo naman sa among mga lingkuranan. Okay? All right, thank you so much everybody. You do have a wonderful day ahead. Have a happy lunch. Happy tummy everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye and thank you, sir.
Goodbye, thank you, sir.
Goodbye and thank you, sir.
Bye, thank you, sir.
Goodbye and thank you, sir.